Episode 24, In the Eye of the Storm.
Within the pulsating heart of the Draconi Proving Grounds, an event of seismic proportions was about to unravel. As the crowd watched, on tenterhooks, a cylindrical object was gently positioned in the center of the vast amphitheater, the rebirth capsule. Inside it was a specimen of a newly encountered species, fresh from the wild fringes of the cosmos, a human. The discovery had already stirred a frenzied excitement throughout the audience, their fascination fueled by the tales of human tenacity. A species that is not just surviving, but thriving in a region known for its harshness, the announcer bellowed. The crowd was ready for a spectacle. Emerging from the opposition gate was Krekathar, the beast of the abyss. A monstrous behemoth of strength and violence, Krekathar stood as the embodiment of the Draconi's lust for power and domination. The capsule hissed open, and there he was, a towering figure clad in sleek, sapphire-colored armor with sharp, intricate designs etched onto it. He stepped out, his calm and calculating gaze soaking in the hostile environment around him. He drew his weapon, a gigantic blade reflecting a menacing light. As Krekathar charged, the human moved with the swiftness of a shadow, his blade flashing like a bolt of lightning. In one fluid stroke, Krekathar was dismembered, his hulking form collapsing onto the sand. The crowd was taken aback, their cheers silenced into a collective gasp. Yet, the human did not bask in his victory. He set his eyes on the exit, ready to face the onslaught awaiting him outside. What followed was a breathtaking display of tactical genius and raw power. Each move was executed with surgical precision, every shot from his looted weapons hitting their mark with deadly accuracy. His pathway was painted with the remnants of his adversaries, a clear testament to his determination. He didn't falter, he didn't hesitate, even when he found himself before the slave cells, filled with helpless beings condemned to the Draconi's sadistic games. Without a second thought, he released each prisoner, his strong voice rising above the chaos to direct them towards safety. In his wake, he left a trail of liberated lives, finding their way to freedom aboard the vessel he had commandeered. His mission was accomplished, and the carnage left behind served as a stern message. The Intergalactic Council's chambers were fraught with tension. The human counselor, smirking confidently, stood before the assembled representatives, ready to defend humanity's actions. The hollow screen behind him showcased a chilling spectacle, ranks upon ranks of armored figures identical to the human who had torn apart the Draconi Proving Grounds. The same blue armor, the same imposing stature, the same resolute gaze. "These are the Vanguard," he announced, sending a wave of unease through the council. The Vanguard, humanity's elite soldiers, a mixture of relentless power and a stoic spirit. Born from the ashes of old conflicts, they were humanity's answer to the atrocities committed across the universe. "Why have you bred these monsters?" a counselor from the Raptoria Collective asked, a tremor in his voice. The human counselor's smile widened. "You have your entertainment arenas, we have our vanguards. You have your slaves, we have our freedom fighters. So, I propose this: let's make the galaxy a fairer place, shall we?" A daunting proposal was placed before the council. To outlaw slavery, to introduce punitive measures against kidnappings, and if these terms were rejected, to prepare for the wrath of the Vanguard. As the council members glanced at each other, the tension thickened, the threat looming ominously over them. The human counselor, surrounded by his Vanguard, waited for their decision. The choice was simple: either embrace change or face the storm that was humanity, and that was no choice at all. The universe held its breath, teetering on the edge of a new era, under the gaze of humanity, in the eye of the storm.